from FBI agents and OSP troopers who were there on scene. Because the operation lasted for more than 25 minutes, we are showing you two of the most pertinent clips from that video. The entire unedited video, from the start of the traffic stop through the surrender of all individuals, will be available to the media and the general public on the FBI's YouTube channel. Because I am using some very specific language tonight to describe what is happening, the entire transcripts of my comments will be posted to flashalertbend.net. You will see we blocked out law enforcement sensitive information regarding the plane's operation, but that is the only adjustment we have made to the full-length video. I want to caution you, the video does depict the shooting death of Lavoy Finicum. We realize viewing this piece of the video may cause distress or make some uncomfortable, but we feel that it is necessary to show the whole thing unedited in the interest of transparency. Start the video. The video picks up a few seconds before the FBI and OSP vehicles pull in behind the Jeep, the second vehicle in line. The Jeep quickly pulls to a stop while the white truck, driven by Lavoy Finicum, continues some distance up the road. I want to note there will be several segments where there will not be a lot of speaking. Some law enforcement vehicles stay with the Jeep, while others continue following the white truck. Over a period of several minutes, out of camera view, the following people exit the Jeep without incident. The driver, who is not charged and will not be named, Ammon Bundy, and Brian Cavalier. Shortly, the camera will pan back to, whoa. Okay, it's up. The camera's panning back to the Jeep at this point. Looking at the white truck, about 4 minutes into the video, Ryan Payne exits through the back door. It's difficult to see behind the trees, but in the lower right-hand corner, you can see him with his hands up, being approached by law enforcement officers and being taken into custody. There's a period of approximately 3 minutes and 47 seconds where the truck sits on the road. We have edited for time here, but it is available in the raw, unedited version of the FBI's YouTube channel. Throughout this time, agents and troopers are providing verbal commands to the occupants to surrender. We can't comment on what may have been going on in the truck at this time, but those details may come out later as part of the overall shooting investigation. When we come back to the video, the white truck leaves the scene at a high rate of speed. It travels some distance, quickly approaching a vehicle roadblock. As the truck approaches the roadblock, there is a spike strip across the road, but it appears Finicum missed it as he attempted to drive around the roadblock. He nearly hits an FBI agent as he maneuvers to the left. The truck gets stuck in the snowbank. Finicum leaves the truck and steps through the snow. Agents and troopers on scene had information that Finicum and others would be armed. On at least 2 occasions, Finicum reaches his right hand toward a pocket on the left inside portion of his jacket. He did have a loaded 9mm gun in that pocket. At this time, troopers shot Finicum. Approximately 30 seconds after the shooting, law enforcement officers at the scene deployed flashbangs to disorient any other armed occupants. Shortly after that, they deployed less lethal sponge projectiles with OC capsules. These OC capsules would be similar to pepper spray. Over a period of several minutes, agents and troopers worked to safely remove the remaining truck occupants and to take them into custody. Those people included Ryan Bundy, Shauna Cox, and another woman who was not arrested and will not be named. As soon as the agents and troopers were confident they had addressed any further threats, they provided medical assistance to Finicum. That happened about 10 minutes after the shooting. Agents and troopers did find 3 other loaded weapons inside the truck. They included 2 loaded .223 caliber semi-automatic rifles, and there was also 1 loaded .38 special revolver. Again, you can see the rest of this unedited video on the FBI's YouTube channel. Finally, I want to acknowledge again the stress and disruption that this occupation of the refuge has caused the citizens of Harney County. We know this is difficult. We know you want your town back. We know you want your community back. And we know you want this concluded as soon as possible. We're doing everything we can to bring this to a safe and swift resolution. I have time for just a few questions.
Did the boy say video when he stepped out of the car?
Excuse me?
Did he say anything?
He did make some comments to the troopers and agents when he got out of the car, yelling at them.
What did he say? Give us some time.
That'll come out in the shooting investigation.
Were any other weapons discharged?
Go ahead.
Yeah, 2 quick questions. Number 1, is there any other video of this? And number 2, can you give us an idea how hopeful you are that at the refuge?
There was another aircraft in the air. The video quality was much poorer than this quality, and we picked the best video there is to show. What was the second question?
The second question, the situation up there, I know you're limited in what you can say. Is there reason to be hopeful that this standoff is nearing its end?
Our negotiators are working around the clock. As I indicated earlier, 9 people have left since the roadblocks have been established. We are hopeful that those negotiators will continue to be able to persuade others to leave the refuge.
Did Finicum or anyone else discharge their weapons?
That'll be determined in the course of the investigation.
How many shots were fired altogether?
I don't know the exact term. Again, that'll come out in the investigation, but it's single digits.
Can you describe Finicum's actions just prior to the encounter?
Yes, as is seen in the video, he makes a movement towards the inside right. The video is for public view. It'll be able to be downloaded on our YouTube channel.
How many times was he shot?
As I said, the investigation should determine that.
Did he just fire at the vehicle before they shot him?
Lethal force was utilized as the vehicle approached the checkpoint, and of course, afterwards.
Will the media be allowed to take pictures of Finicum's truck?
At this point, no.
You mentioned that he reached for his pistol. Did he actually draw the pistol, or was it still in his holster or whatever he had?
The shooting investigation is still ongoing, so that'll come out during that investigation. No. The video of the incident was what we provided. If that is true, the media would be the first to know that. We have not had that reporting yet, at least as of the last 30 minutes since I left.
You mentioned that OSP and FBI were together in this. Who fired the shots? Was it OSP or the FBI?
The Oregon State Troopers were the ones that fired their weapons.
Just for clarity, what do you want the public to know in general when you see this video, when you see the shooting? What's the takeaway from it?
The takeaway from it for me and for the rest of those who are involved in this operation during the last 3 weeks is first, that we did everything we could to bring this situation to a peaceful resolution. Second, as was noted in the video and as you'll see when you download that video again, that we waited a very long time, that we were able to get one individual out of that truck safely back and in custody, and that for a period of almost 4 minutes, while commands were being given, the occupants of that vehicle refused to comply with those commands. That law enforcement showed great restraint. Then when the vehicle then took off, you can see that it just about seriously injured a law enforcement officer as it barreled towards that barricade, and that based on the deadly force policies of both the FBI and OSP, deadly force was utilized in that situation.
Was there any direct legal use on Finicum's truck?
As you could see afterwards, and as I explained in the video, those pops and sounds that, well, of course, no sounds in the video. Excuse me? Flashbangs, sponge projectiles which pierced the windows, and OC gas.
Would you talk about the demeanor of Ammon Bundy when he surrendered? Did he surrender peacefully? Were there any issues involving his surrender? Specifically about
Yeah, all the occupants of the Jeep surrendered without incident, with no violence.
Was there any?
Yeah, go ahead.
Of the 4 people left in the refuge, what's the issue? What are their demands at this point?
I think you guys all know, since they've been posting it on Facebook and YouTube at every chance they get. Their latest is they want guarantees that they won't be arrested.
There's one that, in particular that has a warrant?
I'm not going to comment on who has a warrant and who doesn't have a warrant.
Could you confirm that the law enforcement is physically in the refuge, even though
There is no law enforcement in the refuge. There is law enforcement at the checkpoints.
Could I clarify one thing from the day all this happened? There had been reports, which I've never heard confirmed or not, that there was an offer made to the people inside the refuge, the remaining people after the events we saw here, that they would be allowed to leave, and if they left, they would be allowed to go free. With these arrests last night, some in the refuge are saying, well, the law enforcement officials broke their deal. Was there ever an offer like that?
Now, what specifically happened was it took time to get the resources in place to put the checkpoints and establish the checkpoints both on the east, west, and south. During that period of time, there were people on the refuge in contact with FBI negotiators, and they were told to leave peacefully. There's never been and never would be any claim from the FBI or any law enforcement that there would not be any consequences to their actions, but that because we had nothing in place, had they left, they obviously would have been able to leave the refuge because there was no one there to take them into custody.
Why was the operation taken out on Tuesday? I'm not talking about the shooting, but the operation securing the individual on Tuesday as opposed to earlier.
In any operation, there's a group of leadership that's running the show, so to speak. And at this juncture, it appeared that those who would be in a leadership position would be off the refuge and traveling elsewhere. And we took the opportunity to effect the arrest at that time.
Why did you decide to show the video so quickly?
I think it's very important when comments, accusations, or various claims are made depicting a situation that we can prove or at least clarify are inaccurate, that it's incumbent upon us when we're able to do so to show that. There will be times, maybe in the future, when other complicating factors might inhibit us from showing a video 2 or 3 days after the incident. But in this situation, based on working with our partners here in law enforcement in the county, and of course through our channels at headquarters, it was determined that it was an appropriate time and that we could share that information with you.
Were you aware that this leadership group was going to be traveling to John Day that day?
They had posted it all over Facebook and social media.
Two more questions. This was described as a traffic stop. Was there some sort of traffic violation?
No. Not that, well, you know what? I don't know. There might have been. But that was not the purpose of the call, or the stop.
Could you just very briefly recap this series of events, that they pulled over and then they sped around? What was the distance between where they first were pulled over and how far they went to the roadblock before they went off the road?
You know, the exact distance I can't tell you. That's why we actually show you the video. You can tell while I was reading this that a period of time went by and that they were traveling at a high rate of speed. And they had plenty of, again, they were stopped for well over 4 minutes. And then they chose, as I said 2 nights ago or last night, you know, actions have consequences. And the FBI and Oregon State Police tried to effect these arrests peacefully, as is evidenced by the fact that one individual in that white truck was able to exit and is currently in our custody. As that truck sped away, we again followed. We worked right on their tail. We were following them closely in an attempt to bring them to stop one more time. But as the video clearly shows, it was a reckless action that resulted in the consequences that you've seen here today.
Are all the people being charged with the same crime?
At this point, yes.
Are there any indications of what Mr. Finnegan was doing in that 4 minutes? Did he make a call or did you know anything about it?
That may come out in the shooting investigation, but at this time we don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a couple clarifying administrative remarks for media. The statement that Mr. Bretzing just gave is uploaded currently both on flashalertven.net and on fbi.gov/Portland. The YouTube video link is also on fbi.gov/Portland. Later this evening, we hope to have a downloadable version of the video on that website as well that you can grab from fbi.gov/Portland. If you're looking for tweets, it has been live tweeted, the entire press conference, using the Twitter handle at FBI Portland. Thank you very much.
You guys want to come up and get your mics?